Good evening, everyone. As usual, I'm very glad to be here with you all, sharing this little wisdom from yoga and mindfulness. So today we are going to talk about the last section, what I wanted to share in that 4-week series. That is nothing but five Vayus, the five Vayus, the flow of energy. That is what I am going to share with you all today. So let me bring up my screen. So we did talked about 5 elements of life, and then we talked about chakras and 5 koshas or 5 bodies in the last session. And today it is all about the flow of life energy. That is what we are going to see in today's session. I just kept little things from the previous sessions as well, if anyone are joining new. So I just wanted to quickly review them. So we talked about these 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. They're not only just in the nature, like if we think like earth and water are outside. No, they're not outside. They are like inside our body itself, in the form of these kind of elements. Like earth is always like, if we are feeling stable, if you are feeling grounded, that is our earth element. And similarly, our flow of energy and flow of emotions, if you're feeling that very good, then that is like your water and fire elements are in place. And then if we are moving the movement and thoughts, not like very overwhelmed with them, but in a positive flow of thoughts, then that is all about our air element. And then stillness and awareness, we did talked about, so that is our space element. So where do we experience these elements? That also we talked about little bit at a high level, like in our body, where and which kind of elements connected to each of those parts. Then last session, we talked about these 5 koshas, 5 physical bodies: physical, energy, mental and emotional, and wisdom, and then the bliss, the joy, Anandamaya kosha. And we talked about how they're all not independent, like one have impact on another, like even from the negative perspective or even from the positive perspective. So if body is not good, if it is not nourished, and if it not have good sleep, then it will have that immediate effect on energy, thoughts, decisions, and then that contentment and wisdom we might not feel that much. But in contrast, if we cultivate some good habits, then you will always feel high on energy, and we will have a clear mind, and then we might be able to make better choices and greater well-being. So mainly the thought is behind all these elements is just that they're all interconnected. They're all interconnected. Nothing is separate. Like we cannot just think, okay, I'll keep my body fine, but not focus on our mind and energy and things like that, right? So they're all interconnected, and that is what we want to get into attention. So today, let us talk about what are these vital energies, the Vayus, the free flow of energy, what we have in our body. There are these 5 Vayus: Apana, Samana, Prana, Udana, and Vyana. So and these bring, or these influence our how we typically breathe, and how we move inside our body, and how we manage that energy levels in our body. So that is what I'm going to share with you all today, and I'll share with you all simple practices as well, in order to maybe clear those blockages or make them free flow of energy throughout the body. Okay, let us see them. So first of all, why this matters? Definitely, as I was telling in 1 or 2 slides prior, these elements, we shouldn't consider them as separate. Like okay, if my as I said, like my digestion, for example, if I have some issues with the digestion or the movement, it will definitely have an impact on my breathing. Similarly, if I have any problems, then it will have an impact on my other elements also. So let us see how they are all connected, and then some practices as well, and then we will go forward from there. So at a high level, as I shared with you all, these are our five Vayus or Pranas, what we have, Vyana, Udana, Prana, Samana and Apana. So each of them has certain characteristics, and and there is a place for each of these elements in our body. And also if it is blocked, then what is it we might feel. So some of you might have heard about like a pranic healing, right? There is a program some people follow, that pranic healing, and through their energy in their hands, they heal others as well. So it is all about these vayus. So they will be able to see those blockages in when they scan the aura, or when they scan through the body of a person. So where are these located? For example, Apana, if I'm coming from the down, basically chakras, if you all are going through some chakras training as well. So Apana is related to our Muladhara, or Muladhara chakra. So it is below navel. And then Samana is at the navel. And then like Swadhisthana chakra, I would say. And Prana is like all about in your heart and chest and lungs. And Udana is like Vishuddhi, our chakra, throat and upper chest and head part. And then Vyana is all about your entire nervous system. So it deals with your circulation and movements in the body. And if you see those functions also, each of them again, Udana is all about your thoughts, speech, how you are expressing yourself, growth, nervous system, things like that. And for Prana, it is all about respiration, sensory. And similarly, Samana is all about digestion, metabolism, and then how we are able to keep our energy levels. And then Apana is all about elimination, reproduction, immunity, things like that. And so if they are blocked, you will see the column, whatever we are seeing there, those problems we might come across. So now let us see each of them in a very at a very high level. I'm not going to go in much detail. I just want to share with you all. So it represents, as we saw, Apana is below our navel, and then it represents about elimination, like being stable and letting things go, not getting associated with them, or not getting connected with them, or not get stuck with them. That is what this Apana Vayu is all about. And so some reflections what we have is, what is it like I just need to let go. Like we might have been clinging to some of our past thoughts or past whatever, some memories or things like that. Like if they're not helping us today, then maybe this is a place, or this is a Vayu, what is making it stuck in your body. So we want to question ourselves, like what is it I need to just let go, I need to move on and just move forward. That is one reflection. And also, yeah, maybe stress, maybe old habits, maybe negative thoughts or some old memories, things like that. Those all can be reflected in this space of Apana. And so simple practices, it's about grounding, right? So we talked about I think in our second session, maybe doing chakras and all, we talked about some practices like going outside, walking in closest park or something, and not with our shoes or things, like touching the actual ground and feeling it, right? So that is nothing but that gives us connection from the mother earth as well. And then it will make us feel that grounded, and it might give us some good stability, and also power to let go things as well. So simple practice is just keeping both feet on the floor, making sure you touch on the floor if you're sitting on the chair. And then just exhales, like maybe you'll take an inhale, but exhale should be longer than that inhale. So if you're taking inhale for 2-3 seconds, then maybe make sure like your exhales are 4 or 6 seconds, something like that. So with that, you'll just allow it to leave your body and cleanse it, or maybe keeping it like however you want to keep it, like. And these are some yoga poses that will help to make this Apana Vayu stronger and support it or strengthen it is Pavana Muktasana. And then I know some of you might be practicing those poses. Pavana Muktasana is nothing but lying down on the mat and then getting your knees towards your chest. That is Pavana Muktasana. Then similarly, Setu Bandhasana, then Malasana, Baddha Konasana. All these are like gives us stability and connecting to the ground as well. So that is what is all about Apana Vayu. And then moving on to the next one, there is Samana Vayu. It is at the navel place. It all represents about digestion, inner balance, and a strong willpower. Those are the things it is associated with. And some reflective thoughts are what is it helping me? What practices or what thoughts? Like in your day to day, you might be following some of those things already, right? Some activities which might be helping you to keep yourself calm, and not only to keep yourself calm, but maybe to inspire you and to work on those goals or challenges, whatever you are working on. So this is the place, this is the Vayu that will help us to keep that strong willpower and keep moving on. So for this, simple practices are just it's all about navel region and our stomach and right. So keeping our hands on the abdomen, Kapalbhati is also one of the best practices for this as well. And also observing our gentle breath, like seeing how our air or whatever inhale we are taking, how it is going towards the stomach, and then how it is coming out from the inner side, not just to the chest but towards inside. So gentle breaths is what this talks about. And a few yogasana poses, it's nothing but Paschimottanasana and Vajrasana. So Vajrasana is also called, I think, hero pose. Like you just sit when you're meditating. Some of you have that practice of instead of sitting in Padmasana, people sit in Vajrasana as well. Wonderful pose. And it seems typically after having food, dinner or lunch, normally nobody suggests to do yogasanas and all, right? We need to take a small break and all. But Vajrasana is one pose which we can do immediately even after eating food, it seems, because it seems it will help with our digestion. That's what they say. So Vajrasana is one that powerful pose. If people can sit in Vajrasana, it's really a beautiful or powerful pose after eating food, or even which helps with digestion. So that is one thing about Samana Vayu. Now let's see Prana. Prana Vayu is all about our heart, where our heart is, and it's all about our breath and how we are taking our inhalations and exhalations, and how we are feeling lively. Like for example, sometimes when we are so disappointed, when we are going through some negative emotions, in our face itself, people will say, right, hey, what happened? Like you are looking like so there is no life in you, or there is no life in your face, or something like that. They start talking to us, right? So that is what this is all about. So that means something is missing in ourselves. So identifying what truly energizes me. It could be anything, like listening to a simple music or songs what you love to listen, or maybe reading those books or watching a TV show. Irrespective of whatever it is, it need not be right way or wrong way or things like that. Even getting a one small cone of ice cream as well, like to make your heart happy. That's what it is all about. So identifying what truly helps me, what truly gives me that prana in myself, what brings that energy, life energy into me, that identifying that, and then keeping it active, keeping it lively in ourselves. So again, these are conscious breaths, taking inhale, exhale, observing them, how am I feeling, and how my breaths are. And for yoga poses concerned, any chest opening poses, like cobra pose, like you know Bhujangasana, right? When you're lying down on the mat and lifting yourself up. So that that is your cobra pose. And then camel pose, similarly camel, and then fish pose. Fish pose is also like you will lay down and then you will just Put your hands in the front, chest will be in the floor, but you'll just open up, will just open up. So all these poses are like they're chest opening poses. Anything which opening with the chest, those poses you can follow for this in order to energize our prana vayu. And so let's move on to the next one, that is Udana. As I mentioned, the location of it is Vishuddhi, right? The chakra, which we have in the throat region. It's all about expressing ourselves, how we are talking. Sometimes we do come across, right? Like sometimes we keep telling the same thing 10 times, 20 times to somebody or some people, then, but the message is not communicated or message is not conveyed. They don't get it or they don't understand, or whatever purpose we are trying to reach, that is not observed. So that is because of maybe that blockage, or maybe that chakra or that vayu needs to be enhanced. So, and obviously once you are able to communicate, and once we are able to convey our message, that really helps us calm and also gives us our confidence, and also maybe our purpose, that is what we want to share, our goals and things like that. So some reflections are, am I expressing myself in right manner, or whichever manner I want to? This goes both positive negative as well. Sometimes maybe if we are not in right set of mind, we might say something which we do not want to say, or which we might repent later. So just being conscious about those things as well. And so being I mean, whatever I want to say, did I say the same thing, or what am I talking here, things like that. So for this, it's like sitting tall, and then lengthening your spine mainly, and then observing your voice and posture, like how you're talking, how you're expressing yourself. And some of the yoga poses for this is halasan. The plow pose is nothing but halasan, and shoulder stand. That is one very good pose as well. Even you can take a wall support as well for it, in case if you are not comfortable. If you want to try it like as a beginner, and then the lion pose. So whatever gives our energy to our throat, that is what the poses help here. Um, just a minute. Sorry. Okay, let me go back to my presentation. Okay, so that is Udana. And now let's move on to our next last one, that is Vyana Vayu. It's all about circulation of energy, coordination, and expansion. So like how we are bringing that awareness into ourselves, like how am I acting, where is my focus, where is my energy, just giving those thoughts to ourselves. Hmm. Okay, giving that thought to ourselves. So bringing awareness to our whole body, and noticing our heartbeats, and noticing our movements, things like that. And some of the yoga poses, what we can do for this is simple, like warrior poses. We all do them, Virabhadrasana, 1, 2, something like that, stretching our arms and feeling that strong strength in our body, and bringing attention to our whole body. And mountain pose is nothing but standing pose, the standing Tadasana. I mean, sometimes when I teach students, Tadasana seems to be, they say like, oh, it is just like standing in just a standing pose. But it is not a standing pose. I mean, slowly, in beginning, even I used to think the same thing. But the more I learned about that pose, then I understood the value or power of that pose itself. So it is all about bringing that stillness into our body, like standing on both the feet, and then stacking your body from bottom, from the feet to our head. And once you bring that stillness, like sometimes when we are standing, also our weight is on either on left side, right side, things like that. But when we are standing or bringing that weight equally on both legs, that is the moment you will feel that stillness. That is the stillness what you have in your body, and that stillness is what brings calmness in our mind. So that was a huge reflection for me, or a profound moment for me. Like, because sometimes in our mind, we keep going on with all these thoughts and all, right? And those days, like, I mean, years back, this is all about. So I used to not able to control my thoughts or my negative emotions. Feeling used to feel restless. Like, how do I do? What do I do? Things like that. But then yoga, not only just this pose, all other poses as well. That is what it taught me. As slowly I'm getting comfortable doing those poses, as you bring that stillness in your body, that is what will help you to bring that calmness into your mind. It's such a reflecting thing, right? Because sometimes we all feel so helpless. How do I stop these crazy thoughts? I don't want to get into this loop of negative thoughts. I want to stop it. I want to stop it. But you can't put your hand into your mind and pull those thoughts out, right? We cannot do that. But how else you can do? How else you can do is by practicing yoga. That is what it teaches us, and that is what you learn as you are practicing yoga. So I mean, it is like drinking water or eating food, or things like that. It'll become part of your life. You will feel restless, like how you all now meditate, right? So some days when you don't meditate, you will feel so restless, and oh my god, I need to go back to my meditation practice, isn't it? Similarly is yoga as well. So I mean, few poses, whatever you would like, just get started with them, one or two poses, and then you once you start that, they say, right, sukham or sukhasthiti, something they call. So if you reach that pinnacle of that happiness, or pinnacle of that satisfaction, that is when you will unravel the beauty of yoga, is what I found personally. So yeah, some of those poses where this, for this Vyana Vayu especially, so these are the poses, something what will help. And also Surya Namaskar is one of the beautiful set of poses that will really help for this expansion, or bringing that awareness to our whole body, just not to some parts of it. So those are our five Vayus, friends, that I wanted to share with you all. So there are five of them. They are in our body. They are interrelated. Nothing is separate from one another. Like if I just want to work on Apana, or I just want to work on Prana, no, it won't work in that way. They are all together. And if one is not working, functioning well, it will have an immediate impact on the other parts of our body as well. So we need to focus on each of them, and totally and together. They say, right? What is that? Yato manas tato energy, or something like that. So wherever your mind is, I mean, wherever your energy, wherever your prana is, yato prana tato manas, something. So for example, wherever your energy is, that's where your mind goes, things like that. So that's why it is so important to take care of these vayus and take care of this energy, so that it will have a free flow in our body, from head to toe, or toe to head, and then we all can function holistically, not just in one part of the place. With that, that is what I wanted to share with you. So maybe you all, maybe some of you would like to share, like which Vayu resonates with you today, and which Vayu maybe you are connected more nicely. Oh, that one, I don't have any problem with that anymore. I can just immediately connect with it easily. Maybe you might have some, or maybe some Vayus are there. Oh, that might be one thing, might be I might need to focus on a little bit more. So whatever it is, please share with us. And I think with that, I come to the conclusion of it. So friends, I want to share with you all something. So this 4 weeks, 4 weeks, we touched upon four different aspects, right? So first one, we saw five elements, the earth, nature, or water, fire. These things are not out, like they're not something outside in nature. They are in our body. Like if you go and sit near a lake or a swimming pool or a ocean, something, you can feel that water element in your body. So if we are stuck in our life, when we go and see that flow of energy or flow of water, maybe things will start moving in our life as well. So that is what it is all about. And fire, like sometimes if you're missing that spark in your life, like I am not able to, I have goals, I want to achieve them, but I'm missing that willpower, or I'm missing that fire in me. So that means the fire element is what is something is missing. So we need to work on it. That was our first session. Second session, I think I went through energy centers like chakras, and then we talked about some simple mudras as well, right? So each mudra, like if fire element is missing, then what is a mudra I need to follow? I don't remember them by heart. I also go back to my notes and I see like, okay, oh, for heart, for example, what is a mudra I need to practice, or for making myself out of this anxiousness or negative emotion, what should I do? So I go back, I see them, and then I follow them. But they're so simple, right? They're not so simple. We don't need to go to a gym and lift weights, or we don't need to go to some class and get some training on it. Nothing like that. But they're all our wealth of wisdom, what is available for us from our culture or from our ancient books and notes and things like that. I mean, this is all ancient wisdom, what our parents or grandparents were sharing with us. So simple things. So they are available easily for us. So second session we talked about that, and last session we talked about those bodies, how everything has an impact on each other and what practices we can do. And today I talked about Vayus. So all these five things, Pancha Bhutas, then Pancha Koshas and Pancha Vayus, all these are five senses we have. So pay attention to them, learn them. This is just a preliminary at a very high level session series is what I did. I didn't go in very detail because I wanted to keep it just to it's like a beginner course, like a just to give you an understanding of what these elements are or what these things are. But I really hope that it created some curiosity, interest in you to go and read about them, practice them, because sometimes we search for tools like what is it I need to do? How can I come out of this? Oh, you always have that question. But instead of, we don't need to go for any big therapies or courses and things like that. These are all available at our tips of our finger, is what I say. And big pranic healers or yoga therapists, all those people, when you go to them or when we go to them, they study these things in your body, like how is it, how is their prana, how is their chakra is doing. They'll ask you questions. Intake form will be based on these 4 5 things only. So when we say like, oh, I do not have good digestion, oh, and then we might say like, okay, I have big headaches, or I'm not getting sleep. They understood already the problem in you. Oh, you do not have digestion properly, so obviously you have headaches, or obviously you're not having good sleep. So where they need to resolve it, they need to start at your digestion problem. So Apana, or wherever, Samana, that is Samana. So they'll start giving you those yogasanas, or they'll start giving you those pranayamas to tackle that element. They'll observe you for 1 or 2 weeks. Obviously, when you start practicing it, that will get resolved. Then obviously that other things also will get resolved, right? It is so simple and very easy. So that is what I wanted to share with you all. I also learned so much as I am teaching you all this whole thing. I mean, I am doing my other yoga programs and things like that. So we go through them. But when teaching is all about learning second time, or for me also it's a learning process. So I'm so thankful to all of you, first of all, for giving me this opportunity and helping me to share this insights with you all. Thank you so much, everyone.